guys, welcome to another vlog. It is probably almost noon. I'm actually not sure. I was right, 2 minutes to noon. Right now I'm grabbing my heating pad. You guys know that I haven't been feeling good, and I have a feeling the heating pad will help with my body aches. I love that my nightstand has outlets because this can reach as far as I want it to. Also, I'm watching Daz. This one's called Chased by the School Dinner Lady. He's playing with his friend Hugh, which Daz and Hugh are probably the funniest duo. But I made some toast and I got some ice water. You can definitely tell I'm sick because of the way my nightstand looks. But yeah, today has been so slow. I feel like I've been up for 12 hours, probably because I have. I was on the couch last night and got 20 minutes of sleep, probably not even, to be honest. But yesterday, basically, I went to my primary care doctor because I called cardiology. I was concerned with the way I'm feeling possibly affecting my heart in a not so good way, and cardiology told me to be seen. So luckily my doctor had an appointment yesterday morning, so I booked it and I showed up. Basically, to make a long story short, I was there for 2 hours. I got a COVID test and a chest x-ray that my doctor ordered, and the COVID test came back negative and the chest x-ray looked clear, so there was nothing concerning there. He checked my ears, listened to my lungs, listened to my heart, checked my throat and stuff like that, and he didn't have any concerns. So yeah, basically I waited for 2 hours for him to send me home with an antibiotic and a nasal spray. So that was frustrating because you know how it is when you're sick. You just want to be home and in bed. And when you can't do that, when you have to get up and do something, you're just miserable to the point where you want to cry. I know at least I am. So this is the antibiotic that he prescribed me. Obviously, you can see that you have to take it 3 times a day. So yeah, they're pretty small. They just look like that. So I took one this morning, and I'll take one when Beebs gets home and one before bed. And then this is the nasal spray that I also have to do 3 times a day. So I've been doing that. It has been helping with my stuffy nose and congestion. And then I just have some NyQuil capsules, just in case. The pills don't really work for me. I've been taking the liquid. I mentioned in, I believe it was my last vlog, that we picked up a pack of Dayquil and NyQuil from Walmart. It's actually the Walmart brand because, like I said, the pills don't work for me and I'd rather take the liquid. Maximum strength, and obviously we check to make sure it doesn't have anything that I can't take in it, which it's mostly just Tylenol. So this is what I've been taking, and the serving size is obviously 30 milliliters, so you just fill it up to that line. It doesn't taste good. I don't think any medicine tastes good, but it does the job, and it puts me to sleep most of the time. So yeah, today's been pretty slow. Like I mentioned, I was on the couch last night. I didn't get hardly any sleep. And then eventually, before I knew it, I heard Beeb's alarm go off and him starting to get up for work at around 4:15. And he obviously came and he didn't really wake me up because I was already awake. And I basically had a meltdown. Told him that it was a horrible night's sleep. I barely slept. My fever was so bad that I was sweating. My body aches hurt like hell. And I felt like my heart rate was going really fast. So what he always does is he puts his watch on my wrist and checks it for me. And if it's high, he won't tell me because I'll freak out. And if it's normal, he'll tell me what it is. So he basically checked and he said it's not high. So I asked him what it was, and it was 70, 75 beats per minute, which I know that's not high at all. But I think most of it is paranoia and trauma from what I went through with my heart. So if it speeds up even in the slightest, I tend to get really anxious, and most of the time I have a shit fit. But yeah, it wasn't high, so rest assured I wasn't having an issue with my heart. I was just paranoid. But yeah, this morning, since I was already up before Beebs left, he made sure that I took my medication. I took not only my daily pills, but 2 extra strength Tylenol and the antibiotic. So I have the heating pad on high. As you can see, I got this one from Walgreens. It shuts off automatically. I believe I said that in my last vlog, but it seems to be helping with the ache. I just wish it was bigger so it would cover more of my body, but I'll just move it around and try to give myself some relief. So my memory is ass, but if I didn't mention, I ended up getting in the bath after I woke up. I was up after Beebs left until like 6:30, and I fell asleep till around 10. So after I got up, I decided to get in the bath. I got in with every intention of like washing my hair and my body, but excuse me. Once I got in, the warm water helped so much that it made me tired. So I ended up dozing off in the bath for, I want to say, like hour and a half, 2 hours, which I know is very bad, but it helped me relax to the point where I wanted to sleep, I guess. So once I finally fucking regained consciousness, I decided, you know what, I need to get out and go lay back in bed. Fuck washing my hair. I'm not gonna do it today. I'll do it a different day when I feel better. So I got out, dried off, and originally I didn't get dressed because I thought that my fever would just come right back on me. But after I got out, I have been so cold ever since, like cold to the touch. My fingers are freezing. So I ended up putting on this Winnie the Pooh 100 Acre Wood crew neck that Beebs got me. If you don't know, I have a love for Winnie the Pooh. He is literally my favorite. And then for pants, I'm wearing my Winnie the Pooh sweats, and Beebs got me both of these from Ross. I might put on socks. I haven't decided yet. I don't want to get too hot, so yeah, for now it's just a sweatshirt and sweatpants. But the heating pad really is helping, and if I need to, I will put it on my feet. Beebs told me that he could leave around 2:30 if I wanted him to, because I told him, like, I'm fucking miserable, like, I've been on the verge of a breakdown all day, and he's so sweet. So he offered to come home early, which I've got to respond and let him know that that would be awesome. So yeah, I'm just in bed. Hopefully he will be able to come home early. Obviously, I never expect him to come home early because his job is important to me and him. So if he offers, I always tell him, like, it's totally up to you. Like, don't feel pressured if you're gonna get in trouble or some shit. So Beeb's birthday is actually on the 19th of this month, and I'm trying to think of something that I could put together for him. I kind of want to make something homemade because he loves that. He loves like handwritten letters and homemade stuff, like the poster that you guys saw that I made for him. Or did you see it? I believe you've seen it in a vlog. So I might throw something like that, not exactly like that, but something similar together for him. And then he wants to go bowling with his family and his friend Frank on his birthday, but he actually has to go in on his birthday because he's on call, and it will be, I believe he said it will be a full day at work, so that's kind of ass. Don't clock me for having myself on my YouTube feed. I wanted to show you some of my favorite YouTubers. So you guys saw in my New Year's Eve vlog that I love Jezebel. I recently found her. I love Samantha Joe. I found her from one of her cleaning my messy room videos. Obviously, I love Daz. This is the Off the Hook channel with him and his friend Will. I love Lauren the Mortician. I found her on TikTok a while ago, so I love her. Obviously, Christina Randall. She used to upload like prison content, but now she does like true crime. Keen and JC, they haven't uploaded in forever. I don't know if they ever will come back because they both have families now, so that's unfortunate. But I love them. Obviously, I love Brittany Broski. Who else? I've been loving Call Me Chris. She also does like dark history / true crime. Um, Obviously, Bailey Sarian. I absolutely love her. Her murder mystery and makeup videos are my favorite. That's actually how I discovered her. So I keep up to date for sure on her videos. Who else? I love Stephanie Sue. This is her Rotten Mango podcast. I follow this as well as her just like generic YouTube channel. By the way, I also listen to Jezebel's Absolutely Fried podcast. I also love Ben Phillips. He stopped uploading, but I love his pranks on Elliot. My sister found him on Facebook when he went viral, like way back when, and introduced me to him, so I love him. That's pretty much it. I've also been watching a lot of true crime videos and like documentaries on the Ruby Frankie case. Also, if you want like amazing covers and like originals, go follow the Piano Guys. This is actually one of my favorite songs they ever did. It's called Cello Wars. It's amazing. Obviously, Sam and Colby. Unpopular opinion, I love them, but not as much as Keen and JC. Obviously, I follow Daz's friend Dave's channel. It's called Bit More Dave. I love him. And this video itself is really funny too. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, I love Annie Elise. I listen to both of her podcasts, but mostly the 10 to Life, and then I watch her just like regular channel as well. Obviously, Nicole Leno, I'm obsessed with her. She's so aesthetic and cute. And that's pretty much some of my favorite YouTubers. Obviously, I'll probably think of more after I end this video, but for now, those are some of them. Now we have to find something to watch. I'm gonna pull the video back up that I was watching before. This is literally one of the funniest Daz videos of all times. I cry laughing every time. It's called Horror with Strangers. And in this one, he's playing with his friend Hugh and a bunch of random strangers online. Fun fact, when I first started watching Daz in like 2015, 2016, my dad used to get after me for the swearing. And I used to get so mad. I was like, fuck, I love him. But obviously my dad was just being a good father. Are we going to work together or what? Hey, miss. I don't know if I've told you guys this in previous videos or not, but the only time I've ever felt sick like this is when I worked at my old job at the deli. I keep stopping the video because I have to cough. So anyway, like I was saying, the only time I've ever felt like this, like to the point where I felt like my bones are breaking like I do right now, was at my job. I was working closing shift, and I remember texting Beebs, like this was like right after we first got together, and he ended up bringing me, it's called arthritis pain relief, but really it's just extra strength Tylenol. I remember that night he came to get me from work and take me back to my dad's when I lived with my dad. And I broke down to him and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like garbage. I feel like my bones are breaking. I can't move. And then that night he actually ended up coming into my dad's and tucking me in bed, which was so fucking sweet. Which, by the way, my dad loves him so much to the point where he lets him come into his daughter's bedroom. My dad would never let that happen with anybody else, but Beebs has rightfully earned my dad's love and respect, and his trust as well, which is so important. So that night he actually tucked me in and got me my heating pad, and yeah, and then he left to go back to Kearns when he lived in Kearns, Utah. Which, fun fact about Beebs and I know this is off topic, but when we first got together when I was living with my dad, he would come down from Kearns, which is like, I want to say a 40-minute drive, to pick me up, do something with me, take me home, and then drive all the way back home at like midnight, 1 in the morning. He always made me feel like I was worth his time. He never made me feel guilty. He was always willing to come see me or pick me up and take me out to do something, even at 10 p.m. when I just got off work. Like, he didn't hesitate, and he would never complain. He's just amazing, and he made me feel like he genuinely wanted to be around me, and he still does, obviously. I love Beebs so much, and I know this is probably like mushy, and you guys are gonna be like, stop, please. But I've never had a man that treats me so well. Like, I mean, in every single way. He doesn't abuse me in any way. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't get angry at me for small shit. He's always like cool, calm, and collected. He treats me with kindness even if we're upset with each other. And I've also never had a relationship where I can trust my partner like fully 100%. Every other relationship I've been in, especially my previous relationship, I didn't feel like I could trust my partner then at all. But with Beebs, I know that he's not out doing sketchy shit or getting into trouble, doing things he's not supposed to do. He's not out like finding other women or talking to other women. I can trust him with my whole being, and that is such a relief because, like I said, I have never had a relationship like that before, and he's just amazing. So, moral of the story, like, if you're in a relationship that you don't feel happy or safe in, or where there's no trust, there's no communication, and you're miserable like I was, just know that you will get out. You just have to be strong. I never thought I would get out of my last relationship. I thought I was stuck there for the rest of my life. And then God's timing played a part in it and got me out and gave me another place to live. My dad and his wife, my stepmom, took me in without hesitation, and I was able to live with them until I met Beebs and moved in with him. So I fully believe in God's timing. So if you're in a bad relationship and you're depressed and miserable, just know that God will work wonders and he will protect you no matter what the situation is. Also, another story time. The other night, I was having a breakdown like right after I first got sick. I was crying, I was in pain, I felt alone, I felt like unloved. Obviously not by Beebs, but I just felt like nobody was there for me. So I texted Rochelle. I've mentioned her in Vlogmas. I texted her and I basically said, I need your advice. And obviously, because she loves me and she's a sweetheart with such a genuinely good heart, she responded almost instantly and asked me what was going on. And I told her, like, basically how I was feeling. Like, I feel like I'm at rock bottom. I feel like I have no reason to stay here. I told her how it had been 1 year since my heart attack, and I was just kind of traumatized, and I couldn't stop dwelling on the past, like what happened with my heart. And I was dwelling on it even more that day, being that it was literally the day after it happened 1 year later. So I told her everything, and then she responded with the sweetest paragraph. Not only her own personal advice for me, but spiritual and religious advice. I've always been a religious person. I'm not going to go into religion, but she gave me some faith-based advice as well, and she ended up sending me a few talks from General Conference by Elder Jeffrey R. Holland, which actually recently passed away. If I've mentioned this before, I'm sorry. My memory is ass. Anyway, she sent me a few, probably like 3 or 4 talks from Jeffrey R. Holland, and I listened. The first one I clicked on, it was called Like a Broken Vessel. By the way, you can access all of these talks on LDS.org. All you have to do is make an account, and they're free access. All of the talks from every single general conference are on there, and you can read along with them as well. So I listened to the Like a Broken Vessel talk, and there's a lot of things that I took in, but there was something that really hit me hard in the end. And before I tell you what it was, I want to give you a little backstory. Lately, I've been asking God, begging God for a sign from my mom that she's with me and that she's safe and healthy and okay. So it was nearing the end of the talk, and Elder Holland started talking about our loved ones that have passed on, and he talked about how when we see them again, they will be in their perfect heavenly form. No pain, nothing. They will be glorifyingly perfect, is how he put it. And as soon as I heard that, I knew instantly that was my mom using not only Rochelle, but Elder Holland to speak to me from the other side. It just really hit me hard, and it restored my faith and reassured me that my mom is there and she is listening, and so is my Heavenly Father. So I wanted to talk about that because it was a really cool experience and it made me feel close to my mom for the first time in a long time. So moving on from all the talk about faith, the body aches that I'm experiencing almost feel like period cramps, like really bad period cramps, but they're fucking everywhere. So if you have bad period cramps, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I got up after I finally slept for a little bit and I went in and turned on the reptile lights. I misted the two geckos, checked on everybody. You guys saw in my last vlog that Noodle finally took food from me. So that is a snake mom win for sure. If you don't know, he usually only takes food from my sister. She had Noodle and then she gave him to me. So he would only take food from her. And then last time she helped me, he wouldn't take like the medium size pinky mice. So her and I went to PetSmart. We got the smaller pinky mice to feed him. So we came back, warmed it up, and he took it almost instantly. So when I fed him this last time, I had a little bit of faith that he would take it. And you guys saw that I started using a glass jar with a lid to heat the mouse up in. And that actually worked really well because as soon as I offered it to him, he took it, which is amazing. I've never been able to get him to take things. So I think part of the problem was he was still building trust with me. Not only that, but he needed food more appropriate in size for his body. My sisters actually told me how big exactly your snake's food needs to be, but I don't remember exactly what she said. Like there's a specific like proportion that it's supposed to be. I remembered. The food is supposed to be as big around as the thickest part of your snake's body. So just a little helpful tip, if you have a snake, it doesn't matter what kind of snake, that's kind of what you should base the size of their food, whether it's live feed or frozen. You should base it around that. Still have my heating pad on. It's helping, but only in the area of my body that it's actually touching. So after I feel better where it's at now, I'm probably gonna just move it every few minutes. But yeah, this has been my view pretty much all day today, except for when I fell asleep in the bath for 2 hours. It's only 29 degrees where I am today. We actually got like our first snowfall, not only in 2026, but like in the last 2 years. And even though the sun's out and it looks nice outside, it is absolutely freezing. I was gonna go out on the balcony and get some fresh air last night when I had a fever so bad I felt like I was on fire. But then I thought like maybe the cold air would make it worse. I don't know. Because at first that's what I thought was wrong. I thought the cold air was like making my chest hurt because I know that can happen. But I just thought it would make it worse. So I didn't go outside. And plus, like now that I got out of the bath, I'm freezing. Like you can see how pale my hands are because I'm so cold. I'm literally cold to the touch. Um, so yeah, cold air, especially right now, is not my friend. It's only 12:31 on Friday, January 9th. So 10 days until Beep's birthday. By the way, Beeps has so much pride in this car. This was his old 4Runner that he loved. And you can see the rooftop tent that we use now that's on top of his truck. Which, by the way, I've been having an itch to go camping in the rooftop tent again. We can't go up to the cabin because it's hunting season, and none of the family is allowed to go up there because um, the hunters like lease it out during hunting season. But I believe in like May or June is when we can start going back up there. Um, so yeah, I've really been wanting to go in the rooftop tent. We've talked about going back to Moab. We went together like when we first made things official, and it was such a fun trip. We had such a fun time. It was so beautiful. So we want to go back there, but we can't right now because it's freezing. We checked the weather in Moab the other day and it wasn't very warm at all. I wanted to talk about, don't mind Daz in the background, I wanted to talk about how much I miss my daughter. Like, it is a pain that I never knew I could experience. I miss her so much. I love that little girl with my whole being, my entire soul. And hopefully she'll be able to come up to my grandparents soon and I'll be able to hang out with her. I do have some Christmas presents for her, so hopefully she'll be here soon and I can give her Christmas presents and hang out with my baby. By the way, she's growing up so fast. She'll be 5 this year in October. That's insane. She's so intelligent. She's so funny. She's so sweet. She's so innocent. And I'm so proud of the girl she's becoming. Like, my mom heart is so full. I am so cold. I don't know what to do. I might, when I end this video, I might get under my Minky and Beeps as well because I'm fucking freezing. Like, I feel like I'm laying, like I'm frozen inside of a glacier. That's how cold I am. Like the glacier that sunk the fucking Titanic. I don't mean that to be offensive. I know it's a pretty serious thing and a lot of people lost their lives, but it's just humor, okay? Take a joke. I apologize. This vlog has literally been so boring, but I'm being genuine when I tell you I feel like death. That being said, I really don't feel like getting out of bed. I told Beebs like all I feel like doing is either laying here watching something or sleeping for hours at a time if I can fall asleep. Also, the Michael biopic comes out in April 24th. I can't wait. And I already have an outfit planned. It's gonna be so slay. I have the nastiest cough and it's only getting worse. So I doubled up on the Minkies like I told you I might do. Move the iPad over here so I can lay down and get comfortable. Probably just gonna put it on autoplay and try to get some more sleep. I kind of do just want to sleep and rest until Beebs gets home. And then I want to decide what we're doing for dinner because I am getting pretty hungry. I haven't really been able to eat much. I don't really have an appetite. But I think if we throw something together that's light, not too much salt, it will help not only my appetite but my stomach as well. By the way, Daz is my absolute number one comfort YouTuber. He has been forever. Also, the wall is absolutely stained from my hair, so I don't know if that's gonna come off or not. I'm usually not this much of a bitch when I'm sick, but today, this time in general, has been different. You guys are gonna be like, ew, stop. But literally, all I want is for my lovey to come home and snuggle me. But at the same time, I don't want to get him sick. But he literally doesn't give a fuck. Like, he loves me. And I love having, no offense, I don't mean this as an insult, but I love having a golden retriever boyfriend. He's the best. He's my favorite person ever. And I just want him right now. That's all I want. Anyway, sorry for being absolutely mushy. I'm slowly warming up now that I have 2 blankets and the heating pad. The only thing that's still cold is my hands, and I don't know what to do about that. If you guys have any remedies for a high fever, besides obviously Tylenol or whatever, anything that is a fever reducer, like maybe home remedies that you do, I would love to hear them. Leave them in the comments because honestly, the Tylenol doesn't really touch it for me. That's how bad my fever has been. So, yeah, like I said, if you have any home remedies for a high fever, that helps you when you have a fever, let a girl know. Also, I probably mentioned this before, but don't clock me. I've been sleeping on the same pillowcase for probably 20 years now. This was a pillowcase that I swear to God my mom had since I was literally born. And over time, I don't know why it was this one, but this became my comfort pillowcase. This might sound gross, but I don't even like to wash it because the smell is very comforting. Obviously, I do wash it. I don't let it get like fucking gross or whatever. But my pillow is my best friend. I'm also like my grandma in a lot of ways because my grandma's the type that needs her bed for at least like 3 hours a day. Probably more than that. Like her bed is her home. That's her comfort. That's where she's able to do what she wants and not have like irritation or anxiety or whatever. And I'm like her in that way because like I need my bed at least 3 times a day. So even if I'm not like laying down to take a nap, I just come in here and lay and snuggle and kiss my pillow and smell it and I don't literally kiss it. I was being dramatic. But moral of the story, my bed always makes me feel better. Like Beebs knows for a fact that by now because he'll ask me like if we're out and about doing something, if we're like after dinner, he'll be like, "Do you need your bed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, actually I do." Oh my god, a man that actually knows me. None of my other partners actually gave a fuck. Sorry, I mean, I didn't. Who said that? Sure as fuck wasn't me. That looks horrible. But my hair looks good. I'm just trying to get warm. Hugh Samuel. It's not working. I might turn on my favorite podcast on the iPad and listen to that. If you didn't know, my favorite podcast, Maddie actually introduced me to. You guys, if you followed my first YouTube channel, you know who Maddie is. We've known each other and been friends since we were literally born. Anyway, she introduced me to the podcast. It's called Sword and Scale. The host is Mike Bidet. It's amazing. He does like true crime, and I love the way he talks. He just narrates it so well. The music makes it really intense. Like, he's just amazing. So if you need a podcast to listen to, I recommend Sword and Scale. And I don't personally have it, but you can get Sword and Scale Plus if you like pay like whatever it is a month. I don't have that because I'm broke, but you can get like hundreds of extra episodes if you subscribe to that. Not sponsored, I swear to God. Okay, well, this video is 32 minutes and 43 seconds long, so I think I'm gonna end it here and try to get some more sleep. I'm sorry if this vlog was pretty boring. Probably was. I'm sorry, but I feel like ass, so yeah, I'm gonna watch YouTube, try to get some rest. My grandma called me, so maybe I'll call her back and chat with her for a minute, but yeah, like I always say, don't forget to always express what you're thankful for. Drink your water, take your meds, and if your posture's bad, fix it. And if you're sick like I am right now, I hope you get feeling better. See you guys next time. Bye. Mwah.